Speaking of United Center, it'll also play host to a pair of WNBA games for the first time this season. The Sky announcing their matchups, hosting the Indiana Fever will be moved from Wintrust to the UC, has about double the capacity, so more tickets available to watch Caitlin Clark.
Why are only Caitlin Clark's games being moved to the United Center? Angel Reese recently expressed frustration to reporters, questioning why the Chicago Sky decided to upgrade venues N only when the Indiana Fever comes to town. The answer might not be what she wants to hear, but sometimes the truth stings.
What I do realize is that as of right now, no other Chicago Sky game have been moved to the United Center, except for one, Indiana Fever.
Enters the league and immediately causes teams to change venues because 10,000 seats aren't enough. That's not just star power, that's economic reality. The Indiana Fever set an all-time home attendance record of nearly 341,000. Fans last season at Gainbridge Fieldhouse Angels Chicago Sky. Not even close yet. Somehow she's convinced herself they're equally responsible for growing the game. We've got all the screenshots, sales numbers, and receipts surrounding this embarrassing arena situation that has Angel absolutely furious.
It's like the Chicago Sky have finally done what we've been asking for, which was to schedule the games against the Fever at the United Center. And also, in case you weren't already aware, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever have been scheduled at the United Center.
Notice how quickly the Chicago Sky announced they're moving only the Indiana Fever games to the United Center. Let's break down what that really means. The Sky just made a major announcement that has the WNBA world buzzing. They're relocating in 2 specific games in the 2025 season to the legendary United Center. And guess which games those are? You got it. Both matchups against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This isn't just a random venue change. It's a statement that speaks volumes.
When Caitlin coming to town, man, all these teams are going to cash in on that. It's just the nature of the business at this point. One fan saying, let's go Fever, taking over the United Center. I can't wait. The Angel Reese effect? No. They know better than to leave free money on the table when the face card comes to town. Yeah, man, because we remember last time Caitlin Clark was there, bro, the arena erupted.
What makes this decision so fascinating is the timing. The Sky played their entire 2024 season at the 10,000-seat Wintrust Arena, including every single game featuring their own rookie, Angel Reese. Not once did the organization feel the need to move to a bigger venue, not even at the height of Angel's rookie season when she was supposedly drawing massive crowds.
Chicago Sky have had to move 2 of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility. I'm sure, no doubt, this is the Angel Reese effect. I've got no doubts, no qualms. There's nothing. She even told me herself right here that it's not just one other player. It's because of her.
Suddenly, with Clark coming to town. Sky. President Ilarg Adam Fox is talking about EY. Rewarding fans' passion and dedication. His exact words, Chicago Sky fans have consistently shown up for the team in the city, and we want to reward their passion and dedication by bringing this excitement to an expanded capacity. But hold on. If this is about rewarding loyal Sky fans, why only for these 2 specific games? What makes these matchups so different from all the others?
One of the hottest tickets in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000-seat arena? Well, easy. We move Barbie night to a 21,000-seat arena.
The numbers tell a story that nobody wants to say out loud. The United Center holds nearly 21,000 fans. For basketball, more than double ties the capacity of Wintrust Arena. This isn't just a venue change. It's a business decision that acknowledges the uncomfortable truth about star power in the WNBA.
This is the motion that the Indiana Fever / Caitlin Clark.
Chicago isn't alone in this. Look around the league. The Washington Mystics, Las Vegas Aces, Atlanta Dream, and Connecticut Sun have all made similar moves, relocating their Heat games against the Fever size to larger venues. Notice a pattern? These teams aren't randomly upgrading games, they're specifically targeting matchups featuring Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark and Fever games getting moved to bigger venues on the road is normal at this point in time. We see it happen quite often whenever that Fever show comes to town. But in this case, it is interesting considering the opponent and considering the venue.
The social media reaction from fans says it all. Many are frustrated that the only games featuring Caitlin Clark are getting the upgrade treatment, suggesting that Angel Reese's drawing power isn't considered significant enough to warrant the same move. Some fans have been especially vocal about this perceived disparity in star power, arguing that if Reese were truly as popular as Clark, more of her games would be moved to larger venues as well.
My goodness. America's team versus a team who has the person who is the scourge of society. Oh, God. Oh, man. Quote, they watch for me, too. Barbie night? Which one is Barbie night? You got to think one of the two is going to be Barbie night, right? Look at this. Laughing my ass off. Caitlin is really giving every single team a fundraising game. I am weak. My GOAT is simply different.
Makes this situation even more awkward is how directly it contradicts the Mond narrative. Angel Reese pushed throughout last season. She repeatedly positioned herself as an equal draw to Clark, claiming that people were watching women's basketball because of her too. But actions speak louder than words, and the Sky's decision to move only Clark's games to the United Center sends a palm-clear message about who's actually filling seats.
We'll be moving to the United Center. So that's significant in the sense of it will be the first games ever played by WNBA teams in the United Center. The game's on Saturday, June 7th and Sunday, July 27th. One had a date change, but they will be moving to the largest capacity arena in the NBA. You know, more than double, I believe, what the Sky's typical home arena is able to hold. And of course, I mean, this is a duh for so many.
The question isn't just why they're moving these games, it's why only these games? If one of their own stars claims to be such a massive draw, shouldn't more Sky home games be moved to the United Center? If Angel Reese truly brought the same audience, wouldn't every game deserve the same upgrade?
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Angel Reese Guast has been busy telling everyone she's just as responsible for the WNBA's growth. The turnstiles have been all quietly keeping score. Let's see if the numbers back up her bold claims or if they tell an entirely different story.
They will say this is because of Angel Reese. They can't say this because of Angel Reese, because for the simple fact, a lot of their games would have moved to bigger arenas if that was the case. They can't not say this. I know people want it, and I know people be mad about this, bro. Y'all shouldn't be mad about this, bro. This is just the reality of the situation. You're not a hater. You're not none of that if you say Angel's not as big as Caitlin, because she's not, guys. That's the reality of it all.
Angel Reese truly brought us equivalent star power. Wouldn't the Sky be scrambling to move all of their home games to the United Center? Wouldn't a boom every matchup featuring Reese on be a guaranteed sellout? Logic suggests that would be the case. If Tata choose her claims matched reality.
Last year, the Indiana Fever were in Chicago, and a lot of us were asking, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Are they really that stubborn that they're ready to just turn away dollars just for a narrative. Seems as if they got their end of their year report, looked at the bottom line and said, you know what? Slam shut. In 2025, we're going to be in the United
At last season's numbers paints a crystal clear picture. The Indiana Fever shattered the WNBA single-season home attendance record, drawing over 341,000 fans in 2024. That's a staggering 36% increase comes over the previous record, which had stood since the New York Liberty set it back in year 2001. This wasn't just incremental growth, it was a seismic shift in how many people were willing to pay to watch women's basketball.
And the Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history.
Real eye-opener comes when you look at the biggest crowds. The Fever broke the 20,000 attendance barrier 3 separate times during their 2024 season. The Sky, with Angel Reese proudly on their roster, not even once. In fact, Chicago's all-time attendance record wasn't even set during Angel's rookie season. It dates back to 2016, when over 16,000 fans watched them lose to the LA Sparks. That was when Angel was still in high school, years before she even stepped foot on a college court.
Guys, I'm telling you, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, put it in the big arena, because she is box office, and it is going to be big money. Not even just the ticket sales, merchandise sales, concession stands, parking. Dude, they are racking in money from every area when Caitlin Clark comes to town. So, of course, the Chicago Sky, oh, fine. I guess I'll milk that well until it's...
becomes even more obvious when you look at head-to-head matchups. When Stuart Clark and Reese faced off last season, ticket prices didn't just increase, they exploded. Some seats resold for thousands of dollars as fans scrambled to witness the rivalry in person, but games featuring just Reese, without the C. Clark factor D-Dow. They didn't command anywhere near the same premium or urgency in the secondary market. In fact, Sky home games for next season can still be found at bargain bin prices, while Fever home games have been sold out for months.
A very thin line between hate and facts. And what I believe to be the case is that there was incremental growth in the WNBA comparatively to the exponential growth we are seeing now. What I'm about to tell y'all I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that...
Telling. Angel Reese's games averaged around 9,000 fans last season, about half decades of the Hares Indiana Fevers and staggering 17,000 average. The WNBA's attendance nearly doubled whenever Clark was on the court, and the Fever drew 36% more fans on the road than any other team in the league. Even the WNBA itself admitted that over a quarter of its total revenue last year was directly tied to Caitlin Clark. That's not just tout star power. That's league-altering, venue-changing influence that can't be denied. No matter how often someone claims goes to be part of women's basketball's newfound popularity.
Caitlin Clark has brought so many eyes to women's basketball that is amazing. A dude named Acho, I forgot his first name is something Acho.
Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah. He showed how in 5 days before the draft, she made the WNBA more money than they would have made in the next 5 years.
Isn't Yos about diminishing? Angel Reese's got talents or contributions. She absolutely has her own following. But when someone publicly positions themselves as an equal draw to a player who's demonstrably bringing in twice the audience, Southern numbers are inevitably deliver an uncomfortable reality check. There's a stark difference between claiming you're bringing fans to the arena and actually filling those seats.
And as of right now, to my knowledge, what I've seen, no other Angel Reese games have been moved due to potential attendance for said game. I mean, I'm just pointing that out. I'm not sure if you're allowed to. I've been told, Angel Reese told us it was because of her too. They're coming because of me. Are they really?